This conference will now be recorded.
We recently wrote a blog on a great example of all the information that we've been writing blogs and video blogs about, kind of wrapped up into one around the My Team tile. This is a great example of related actions, related content, simplified analytics, all rolled up into one fine example. So if we actually click on My Team, you'll see that it does bring up several tabs here. And you'll see that the first thing you'll notice is a great example of related actions. So if we click on the related actions button, we can see that you can move to different folders from there. You can go into performance, compensation, you can request ad hoc salary changes, etc. So from here, you can actually do a lot of other activities, and makes it very convenient. It really improves the user experience. As you know, what you'd have to do prior to related actions was to go out and navigate, and then create a go to the folder for compensation, and then find the job or request for salary change there. So you'll see up top we have different tabs, so you can go into compensation, leave balances, etc. And you'll see that the related actions are still there for each one. The other thing I wanted to point out is over here on the right is supplementary panel. You'll see right away is related information or related content. So you can see that we've got some reports, current head count, we've got head count movement, performance versus comp, current salary analysis, etc. So if you actually click on the expand icon, that'll bring up the actual report in larger screen format. And when you do so, you certainly have the ability to drill in. You have the ability to update filters, for example, where you can add filters, make it much more specific to what you want to see. And we've demonstrated that in prior blogs. And again, this really gives you additional information at your fingertips. So you don't have to go out and run a query. You don't have to go out and run a report. It's your main content is delivered right here under related information. And here you'll see that if you click on that, you can also personalize these by turning them off or on. Now, additionally, if you go to My Analytics, you'll see, let's go back to the Summary tab, you'll see that under My Analytics, I created a report here. You can certainly go ahead and add, you can call it, we can call it video test, and you have the option of current headcount profile manager, headcount movement. So you can certainly use a simple table chart, use a pivot grid, and you can choose whatever information that you would like, and however you'd want to see the content. So click next, and you now have a report that is ready to go around your headcount. And here you can certainly use your filters to filter down content. And if we hit save, and then you have the ability to add this report to home pages, publish it to certain areas, etc. So you'll see once we exit out that we now have a report for headcount. So if you click on this and you go to your My Analytics, these reports will, again, always be available to you. And it just allows you to just take the delivered information and expand that to some other stuff. Now, if you do go to different tabs, compensation, for example, you'll see that you get different analytic reports. So if we actually add one, we go ahead and we just call it comp test. Click next. You'll see here that you can look at, you don't have the options up top, but you have different information down here that you can select. So you can click next, and here's your new report around compensation. So you hit save. Again, you'll see the same thing that you'll have publish options, etc. And that compensation test report will always be there. So between related information, the simplified analytics, related actions, it's a great representation of all of those rolled up to really enable and improve the end user experience. Because as a manager, everything about your team is present here, and you can take a lot of these actions right from this one tile. So you don't have to navigate throughout. All of this is available for the user. So again, it's just a really good example of what we've been blogging about. So hope you enjoyed, and gives you a good idea of how all of this can be put together to make the PeopleSoft user experience much better.